Hello and welcome back to Rule the Waves 3, playing as Japan on Super Large Plus Plus. We have made it to episode 75. It's 1941. We have peace again, and we are, well, world-spanning power. The sun never truly sets on the Japanese Empire. Or maybe it does, but not for very long. Yeah. We had a long war with Great Britain. It was okay-ish, I would say. It wasn't too great, but the results were absolutely stunning. So absolutely can't complain about that. But it also sort of postponed our conversion to a more modern fleet, I guess. So we need to look at new designs and plan ahead. So let's jump in and do that. So first up is, as usual, the analysis, and war is peace again. So that's fine. It lasted for quite a while, not, a bit over 3 full years, I think, yes. My alliance with Italy still holds. Tension is a little bit up there. It's at 4. So, and also it's a wartime alliance. I'm pretty sure it's gonna lapse. I don't care. I really don't need the Italians. They did nothing for me. No other alliances. France is a 6 tension. I like that. I can dig a quick war with France. No, base resources are up by almost 2.5. Some of that is base is war reparations. We didn't convert any points into war reparations, but we still get some more reparations. But I still think it's unusually large number, so maybe that slump or whatever that took us into negative growth is over and we are back at it again. We of course took a lot of colonies, so from Great Britain, from Ireland to stuff in Northeast America, to the Caribbean, and of course it took stuff in the North Pacific, South Pacific, the Indian Ocean, and so forth. So 300 is still not a lot when you look at the base resource scale. So it's 5, it's a little over 5% now. Actually, more than 5, 6%ish. Yeah. Anyway, budget modifier is 14. It was further down, but we had a little bit of a bump there, so it's decent-ish. Okay. So of course, our budget took a massive hit, and we would like to get that bud mod up a bit, but it's peacetime, so it's not surprising. Build to upkeep is okay. It's almost 1.5 to 1, but total construction, if we do this 35,000, that's okay. Docks, Great Britain increased by 1,000, so did they get any went, or yeah, maybe. Germany is now at 74, US at 71, the others are in the 60 range. Spain and China are at the 50 kiloton-ish range. My economy is second to only the US. The US is now at 66, so precisely 10% above me. UK is slightly behind me again. That's 20%-ish gap, so quite substantial. My fleet size is lagging behind, but we'll get to it. I am more about quality than quantity. You knew that already, so we will hopefully never be this big, because this one and so many aircraft, it's gonna strangle you. We're not building any capital ships. We are only building 2 carriers. We are building only 6 destroyers and 3 subs. So yeah, our build queue needs filling. And we can see that from this here. It's way beyond what it should be. That's definitely not 25%. And I'm even thinking about expanding my docks further. Yeah. Research was pretty good. We're back up to 10%. We've bumped machinery to get those supercharged diesels. We're still focusing on radar. And I took down invasion because now we can invade anything we care to invade. There may be some stuff in West Africa that we can't reach, but yeah, I know. Well, it could be a way to reach the Caribbean without overburdening my bases in Northern Europe, but not relevant. So DC +1, armor piercing 1, torps 1, tactics, IFF, better cap, and a reduced friendly fire chance. I suppose that's good. Medium AA, modern quadruple mount. A medium AA now takes up the same deck space as a light AA. That is quite significant. But they weigh more. Way more. Way more. Haha, very funny. No, but seriously, you can now swap them. They take the same deck space. Each has its uses, but yeah. Medium AA weighs more. We have fire control radar 1. That's nice. Airdropped armor piercing bombs. And we have both two-phase search and a cap improvement. And we got another amphib. I have put a lot of planes into obsolete, including fighters and dive bombers, but we are at peace, so these will come out soon enough and start populating my squadrons. So the idea here is to just focus on these types and keep the quality up, keep the range up, that sort of thing. The war cabinet. So these are my original war goals, unchanged, so I figured we'd just comment them one step at a time. The war was extremely deliberate and well advertised, so we picked on Great Britain and we got the war and everyone was ready for it. The war goals were Ireland, primary, and a foothold in the Caribbean and Northeast America. And we actually managed all of that. We got 16 points, so we got a foothold up in the north there, New Brunswick, and we took Ireland, so we now have an unsinkable carrier in north, in addition to Iceland, and we even have a little island in the Caribbean. Our strategy also worked fine. We immediately invaded Ceylon, and we were fighting there for several years before we took it. But despite the Great Britain sailing around to clash with us, a real battle never actually happened. I lost track, after 3 times, I lost track of how many times Great Britain came to the Indian Ocean. So we didn't quite decimate expeditionary forces. We had a couple of cruiser-ish battles where we sank a couple of their ships. But then suddenly we had some very brutal convoy actions up in Europe that were absolutely devastating for the British. So things kind of worked according to plan, but clearly didn't. We also have one relatively indecisive carrier engagement, but it's a herald of things to come. We also did all these follow-up invasions with mixed success, but we took in the end everything but the Solomons. So they have one colony left in, well, they do have Australia, of course, and New Zealand, so that's not entirely true. Basing restrictions in the North Atlantic did not hurt us at all. I think that the force of light cruisers, destroyers, and 4 battle cruisers, that worked out just as I had hoped, better even, I would say. And for a while it looked like Germany might spike, but the AI doesn't like big wars involving many players. It's a bit sad. This is what my empire looks like right now. We have from the south to the north of the Pacific, through the Indian Ocean, the Med, Northern Europe, and into the eastern seaboard of the US. They should be panicking in DC now, but yeah. Over to some building. These are a mix of retrospectives, design concepts, and more detailed builds. The first is a decent modern destroyer with 5-inch guns. So it's basically my old destroyer, but it looks better and has a little bit of everything. And it's also radar 3 ready and has space if you toss out some mines and extra depth charges to fit every conceivable radar. So it doesn't have any special strength. It doesn't have 6-inch guns. It's not particularly fast. Doesn't have TPS. It's just a very good jack of all trades. So I will build some. And by some I mean as many as I can afford. Because those 1100-ton destroyers, they can go home now. And the 1500-ton destroyers are, well, they are getting long in the tooth. So it's really only the 2000 plus guys that count now. I have an update to my light cruiser design. It's much the same, but it has an inch of extra belt armor, and it is quite significant when fighting destroyers and other light cruisers. It will get penned in the engine room quite a bit less. I can also squeeze in diesels and 32 knots. Otherwise, it's, like I said, mostly the same. So I don't feel I get a whole lot extra, but I do get a little bit of extra defensibility, and it has better AA, but doesn't have quality 1 6-inch guns, which would give it better penetration. So, and it's not exactly cheap, but it's not exactly expensive either. This is 12, so 4 destroyers or 1 light cruiser. It needs to be balanced. I can build some, but I'm not blown away. Yeah, building battle cruisers is perhaps a thing still. I could build this bad boy with triple 17-inch guns to match the AI. I can make it long normal diesel. I will be needing many long-range ships that cost tonnage, of course, but you can see from what we have been doing that fighting the US in 5 to 10 years along their coast, I cannot have like 100 basing and rely on that, so I need many long-range ships if we are going to be serious about this. So this, I would say, isn't... it has quad guns, I mean, so you have 12 17-inch guns. That was the whole point. But it is insanely big and expensive, 80 kilotons. I can do 3 triples, still 17. Exactly the same ship, but I can do it for more than 50,000 less. And at only 66 kilotons, and once I get supercharged diesels, I can probably make it even smaller. So, as much as I'd like to run around with 12 17-inch guns, I don't know. I think this is too expensive. Just 2 of these would... No, I don't think it can really be done. Then the battleship. The first question is, of course, do we even need a battleship? And the easy short answer to that is no. It is irrelevant. We shouldn't be doing it. But at the same time, now we have the mature technology. We have the tonnage. We have the empire. Should we not build sort of the capstone of our battleship force? Hard to say. This is a concept with 9 19-inch guns. But an argument can be made for making it into 20-inch guns, perhaps even 2 quad 20. There is some design room. I like this design, but I feel that it has a little thin. It's thinly armored. I think it should have a 16, not a 15-inch belt. But this is not something I want to build immediately anyway, but yeah. I also think the price here is a little little wrong. If I remember correctly, it was a little cheaper. This is copy pasted from the BC, so yeah, that's important. Next up, our already built ship. This is the first full fleet carrier with more than 100 planes. I built 2 of it, 104. Then the follow-up class, very minor difference, 2 extra. I built 2. And this is the somewhat more capable Taiho class. I also built 2 at 112 planes. I now have about a cap of 45,000, so I can build a 119 aircraft carrier now. That's sort of where you start getting diminishing returns. If you go from 119 to 120, your deck load actually decreases, so you cannot launch everything in 2 goes. It's not really a problem, since this would be very rare for all your planes to be ready for launch at the same time, but it's kind of annoying. I think 119 and 120 should be the same, but yeah, whatever. So can get TPS 4, 119 planes. I could push it up to 32 knots if I wanted to, but again, it needs to be long diesels. But that is also a couple of years in the future, I would say, before I do that. I have 6 of these, and I have 6 pretty good smaller carriers. So my carrier fleet is actually twice that of the US. It's way better than anyone else, so we are definitely ahead in carriers here. And it's a lead we are going to keep, of course, but priorities elsewhere for a short while. So let's jump in. Okay, so here we are. It's January, and we have superfluous funds coming in. And we have a captain that needs captaining. And we had one gunnery expert that's on a mothballed ship, so I'm gonna put him here. And average guy or a bad ship handler. Yeah, that's fine. And some work done in the division editor, cleaning it up a bit. But I think if we are ever going to build bigger docks, we can do so now. We actually have the funds. Yes, I'm aware that the building stuff here is a little bit anemic, and we will do something about that eventually. We also have a rather difficult, I would say, decision to make here, because we are up to 150 in what is essentially the key home areas for all the big players. So if I want to deal with Germany, I would have to go here. If I want to deal with Britain again, I would have to return there. But there is one more thing, and that is it's sort of a choke point between the Med and these 2 areas, the North American East Coast and the Caribbean. We can, if we had a presence in West Africa, we could sort of go from the Med to West Africa and to the Caribbean, but not the North American East Coast, so that could relieve things. But we don't have a presence in West Africa, and we'd need another war just to get a presence there, so it's not really doable. So this is 2 years of building. This is even worse. This is 3 years of building. So there, I did it. I hit the save button. In one way, it's a waste of money, but on the other hand, I think it can be counted as a long-term investment. Same with the long-range ships that we are going to build. Not 34, 41, yeah. Anazuki, we looked briefly at that one. The most important thing is that it's big. As bigger than the other guys have. So if I go to radar 4, I'm overweight, but then I can just remove this and it won't be a problem. So that will be good. Speedy diesels. I will put that into sign. Will take 2 months. And we will load up with the CL 1941 Tateyama. Yeah, I can actually pronounce some things. Yeah, it's basically the same here. I was wondering if I wanted to put some mines on it. Let's say 20 mines. Then we are over the top weight. Then we could do this. And just add even more mines. Yeah. So it's even got spacious. That's perhaps a little wasteful, but I couldn't fit medium, no, long range, and engine priority is still speedy because normal is like 200 tons, so it's hard to make it work. I'm not 100% happy with this design. It feels like it adds 2000 tons, but doesn't really get that much from it. And the other designs, the CV is a year or two away before we design it. The battleships, we kind of need to decide on caliber and number of barrels and all of that before we design them. So, yeah. All is good here. Did I actually? No. I did sort things out here. I was 100% sure. I shuffled some ships around, but apparently I didn't save it. Oh, God. Oh, it's not important, but it's kind of laughable. I even shifted some of my commanders around. Okay, whatever. Admiral Shimukawa in the Med. Yeah, whatever. I'm the chance of anything major happening in the Med very low. Very bad. It is a decent range for a fighter. Yeah, that's pretty good. 650. Oh, and then immediately we get the diesels. Okay, this changes many things. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with large bursting charge. I was gonna click that one long ago, but I forgot it. Oxygen torpedoes, that's fine. I don't want increased dud rate, and I don't need torpedoes to absolutely cripple stuff, so that's actually fine. So turn up here now. All of these have commanders. All of these have commanders. I don't know what you're talking about. So click. I don't need quintuple tubes. Oh, this area of missile, yeah. And this is why the heyday of the carrier is kind of overshadowed by missiles appearing. I feel that missiles do appear a little bit too early, but it will be a while until they are very powerful. So, specialized landing craft now. Okay, let's have a look. We have, oh wow, that's a lot of firepower. And this one is slower. This is pretty fast. It's not maneuverable, but it is tough. I think I prefer this one. It's just overall better in terms of both range and speed, and it has one less maneuverability. That does not matter. When you fight, maneuverability exceeds expectations. Okay, yeah. rework the design. So supercharged diesels suddenly. We really have to go back to the drawing board. I think I could get. No, that's too heavy, but I can build the same kind of ship on just. And if we took out that, if we really. Yeah, if we took out increased DC storage, we could make it go 28. So why did you have to happen so quickly? What are we gonna do? Okay, we have this design study coming. This is really significant, I would say. Really significant. Okay. Mhm. So let's imagine we actually want to do this. And I mean, an extra knot of speed, that would be nice. But, how much is TPS? Oh man, that's almost doable. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Oh, with normal accommodations, take off the unit machinery. Mhm. Okay, so we could get the same ship, the same speed. We do not get unit machinery, which I don't like, but we can just screw the mines. Light, medium, all of this looks good. I mean, yeah, okay, we can have 6 mines, whatever. And we get TPS1. Or we can make it a 2,900 ton destroyer. Or we can just go the full mile and accept that even more costly. 3,000 tons without having 6-inch guns. But we only have the 16 quality, 6-inch quality 0, and it's completely different. It can't be dual purpose. You know what? Whatever. TPS1. I always wanted to have TPS1. Destroyers. Okay. That might be a mistake. We pushed the cost up quite a bit. But we have a battleship here needing a commander. Nagato is in mothball, so average. Yeah, that's fine. Coordinated strikes. Now we can coordinate strikes from multiple carriers. That's very important as the air war continues. Yeah, we have to rework this design as well because suddenly we have a lot of space. So we could we cannot go that, but we can go normal. So that's actually pretty significant. Suddenly I can have a. This is probably too heavy. Yes. No, but that's fine. Can't have long. Oh man, I can almost have long range as well. This is pretty wild. Wow, that unlocked so much potential. 32. I can't make it go faster. Then we have to. Then it's a whole other design, lighter, faster. Let's put this into development. Again. Light cruiser. Assign new commander. Below average, well connected. He needs a command. We're up to 847,400 already. That's pretty good. Wow, this is so good. Budget and double tension. I mean, what's not to love? Airborne radar, night search and attack. Yeah, and this night airship operation that we already have. Let's see how bad this is. Oh, it's not that bad. I mean, it's contemporary, but it has very weak range. I don't know. This reminds me, not now. I have forgotten the thing that I should not forget. So the oldest ships, the oldest, here is the bomber. So yeah, I'll request a new medium bomber. Needs range. Bomb load, we can do it that way this time. Had bomb load range last time. Yeah. We have a carrier here that needs commander. Destroyer captain gets promoted. Research, we can take this down to low. That was what I was going to do. I forget so quickly. Missile is high. Amphibious, didn't I put that one down to low? Again, maybe I didn't save. I was intending to take it down to low. I even had it in my presentation. Maybe I took those pictures again and did a little work and didn't save. That would be rather typical of me. None of this is important anymore because there are only a handful of texts left. We could take this back to medium. Could take this back to medium because we have gotten so many of the key stuff. Could even perhaps put naval guns back too high. While guns are fun. Yeah, let's do that. Build ship. We are going to build 6 of these. It's not cheap, costs 5,000, so they are not insignificant at all. But now, Katsuragi, well, it hasn't rotted out quite yet, so I could let it go on for a few more years. Who's coming out? Or written in Katsuragi 1930. Now, might as well just get along ahead with it because it's gonna. It cannot be long range, of course, but look at this 33 knots. Can do 33 knots now. That's pretty awesome. So all the little tweaks we did on the other guys, that's no longer needed. How many can we fit? 24? 48? Yeah. This is the one with armor, 400 tons, yes. Weight remaining, 120 shells. Is that worth it? Yeah, that's probably enough. Anything else I want to do? No. That looks good. Advanced director. We don't have the electro-optical directors yet. I mean, we could actually research do this and just hold on that just for a tiny, tiny while. See if we can get it. Yeah. I need to look at those battle cruiser designs again. Yeah, so this is the battle cruiser concept I was talking about, but now we are more down to a more agreeable 3 all forward. Otherwise, much the same, but it's long range diesel with speed 33. So this is something we can actually use in the future. So yes. Now I could also design a battleship, but I actually want to wait until dock increases. That sounds pretty crazy, right? But we are going to build that final super battleship. I want to max it out. If not, I will just keep going with the battle cruisers. So. Move to the Indian Ocean because they are not doing anything useful sitting around at home. Who has no commanders? Nothing important. So turn, yes. No. Area overview. Northern Europe. 9 commander. Brilliant. Okay. Good. That's armor. Subs. Forward firing ASV mortar. Yeah. Medium bomber. Yeah, sure. It's not horrible. Maybe not good, but we can bring it in. Wow, it will be slower than the battle cruiser. Oh. Sumi can't have a light cruiser that can't keep pace with a battle cruiser. No, no, no. Subs, we can build some subs. We can do Hong Kong air unit. Naval patrol aircraft. 8. Hong Kong is a valuable asset, so. Spy for France. He deserves a very severe punishment indeed. Better cap. I mean, we're almost at war again. Yeah. And look at the budget. We are up to almost $1 million and we are way ahead of everyone. And this is a precious moment for me. More destroyers can't hurt. Yeah, I'm not mobilizing this time. If war comes, it comes, but it's against France and will be fought in the Med. It's hardly a major affair. If the British go to war with me again, that would be like giving me candy. The government is concerned about tensions leading to war. An agreement with Spain. Can't I ally with Spain? Because they are weak, I know. The US is unlikely to ally with us, so we'll just go for budget and tension. Yeah, so going forward, we will definitely build them with that. Tweak this to 19 mines. It's not a big deal. But we can leave that for now because it's not super important at the moment. Wow, we are really racking up the monies here. So, who is it this time? Amagi. Rate of fire, whatever. Oh, this carrier agent in Russia is definitely a hero. Modern lightweight materials. BT increased cap and AA effectiveness with air search radar. Yes, we have that. You chicken. Go to the build screen. Build 4. Go to the build screen. Build. Oh, let's start with 1. Win. Okay, so now we have 4 light cruisers building. Could get some new carriers building soon as well. Yes, interesting. These are getting obsolescent. Yeah, tensions reduced due to recent war. So, one more step. Take this, I will die. Panama. Wow. Send the force. Okay. Kodak moment. Okay, so we are close-ish to electro-optical directors. That's fine. Drupal. Okay, so now LLA, light AA load goes down, so now it's lighter than medium again. Save. Wow, that was... It's insane. There are 2 air bases here. It has not a lot of base capacity, but build naval base, yes. Build fortification, air base at Panama. Oh. Oh, Colon also has one. Okay, yeah. Great. Build fortifications, 3 orange and 2 6-inch. No, not aircraft types, air groups. No. Copy air group. Where is Colon and where is Panama? Okay, we need to expand these. Medium bomber span. Air group. Yeah. When you have a colony somewhere and you also have some active ships, apparently or supposedly, the chance of stuff like this happen is much increased. But wow. 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 Wow, 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 wow. I can't stop saying wow. Would you look at this? Panama as well. So now we have a direct link. Well, direct and our basing in The Central Pacific is not amazing. Also not amazing in the north here, so it's not that easy to send, but 1, 2, 3 is shorter than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is somewhat significant, actually. It's almost tempting to expand bases on Pearl Harbor and Midway. 5. Three years. Wow. Let me think about it. How long until these guys? 27 months. Yeah, that's not... well over 1 million. France is basically ready to go to war with me over that. I would not object to that at all, but like I said, I will not mobilize. I will just take it one step at a time. Another couple of subs. Jesus Christ, it's pouring down outside. Pension. US and France are upset with one another because France is a fascist country. That's more like it. 33 long range extra basing. This is looking absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. And our carrier fleet is large enough. And we may have a sudden war with France. Although I would prefer to fight Germany over Norway. But that's just me. Yeah. 1941 is the year that just keeps giving a budget pension. Better heavy AA. Yes. And war. That was damn quick. That was like a year or something. Show history. The first year against double China, I suppose. Russia, France, Spain. One. Russia, Germany, Britain. Why are there two Britons? I don't know. No. And against Germany, against Russia. Is that because they have changed government? Italy, Great Britain. That one ended in 39, so it's a little over a year. And we start from a very good position because look at this, it's not far from twice their budget at the war's start. We will do a more thorough analysis, of course, but They have 9 CVs, but there are tiny CVLs irrelevant, EAs irrelevant, light cruisers, few subs, many planes, but I also have planes. Up to 73, 74, 80, you bastards. What are... Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. Why did you go to war with me? They have 1 battleship. It's weird Dunkirk with 11 guns. I love it. 11 16-inch guns at 26 with weak armor and aircraft, and no. And the rest, these are just the kind of ship that we sank by the dozen. But these are fine. They are building. We can deal with them as they come in. These are extremely weak. Not this one. Oh, they have another one. That one was cute. Didn't know you could... I know you can build them with 2 quads 4. I didn't know you can build them like sort of a Panzerschiff. I like that one. Dumpable. But I like to have at least 3 turrets. So. Slow battle cruisers, but yeah, you know, all forward 15-inch guns. Yeah, we can take those. And all four. No. Poor guy. 8-inch guns irrelevant. And some poorly armed light cruisers. Teeny tiny. Okay, yeah, these carriers from 74 up to 5 of those plus land there. This could be a thing. Yeah, same as me. He struggles to build very many heavy destroyers. He only has up to 2,000. Yeah. So in terms of military power, France has nothing on us. In terms of budget, they have nothing on us. So but we must now mobilize. But I will first save here and look at my options. And that concludes episode 75. It certainly turned into something completely different from what I expected. I had expected several more years of peace. I was very happy with my peacetime budget and somewhat increased tensions, but the game just kept on giving, and why would I back down when it gives me freebies? So we have some excellent new designs that just started building. We will probably have to halt some of those. We are not gonna mobilize everything. That's not feasible. We will make a big fleet and go to the Med and defeat the French there with carriers and battle cruisers and supporting forces, and while also keeping our global commitment. But we won't be mobilizing every single old battleship, so why did I even refit them in the first place? Because they were pretty useful in the last war, and they can come in handy later. Tensions are very high all over, so could be more people are dragged into it. This hasn't happened thus far, but could still happen. We also, we designed some stuff, and that these supercharged diesels really unlocked a lot of exciting stuff for me. Still lacking the electro-optical director. We got the message that we have quite a bit left to do on it, but it's a hint that it's coming. It's not coming next turn, but it's absolutely in the pipeline. So I don't think very many others have electro-optical, and we can always refit that later, so no biggie. But yeah, all our ships have the most important bits and pieces now, and we have a very well-balanced fleet, and we have an incredible budget. So I am very optimistic and looking forward to episode 76. So stay tuned.